Good morning, everyone. This is Ben Dunn, founder of Antarctic Press, a comic book publishing company founded in 1985. Creator of such comics as Ninja High School, Marvel Mangaverse, Mighty Tiny, Tomorrow Girl, Penguina, and other such comics. So, I want to ask you a question. Do you rent or do you own the place you currently live in? Now, I ask this because I want to sort of apply the same analogy to being a comic book creator. Are you a renter or are you an owner? Now, what does it mean to be a renter? Well, you don't actually own the place that you reside in. You basically find someone who is a landlord who owns the property, and he basically rents a space for you to occupy. The same can be sort of said to creators who work for other companies, publishers. You are basically, for lack of a better term, a renter. But it's sort of like the landlord pays you, to take care of the property that you reside in. It's just the opposite as the situation of the domicile that you're currently occupied. Now, as a renter, how do you behave with that property? You don't own the property, but you currently have control over it somewhat. Do you trash the property? Do you take care of the property? Do you decide that this is something I'm going to go ahead and, get back at the owner of the property, and see how they like it? Yeah. Or do you make sure that you're a good caretaker and leave the property exactly as you found it? It seems to be there some creators. I'm not saying all. Don't get your panties in a bunch. That there's a lot of renters out there who are trashing properties. They're given, the stewardship of IPs they do not own. And this is where I get into the second part. Are you an owner? Now, an owner who has a property usually wants to take care of that property, or pretty much wants to do whatever he wants because it's his property. He can do whatever he wants. No one can say otherwise. But the thing is, he owns it. He can do as he will. So if he wants to present an immaculate piece of property, take good care of it, manicured lawn, very nice house, then, that shows that he takes pride in his what he owns. Same can be said to a creator who owns his own property. He can basically say, I'm going to take good care of this property. I'm going to present it well. I'm going to show everyone that I take pride in what I own. So, basically I'm saying that how you treat what you create, can vary, from person to person. Sometimes people take the attitude that if it doesn't belong to them, they can do whatever they want. And I'll just move on to another piece of property. I'll rent another piece of property. But sooner or later, it catches up with them. They'll realize that if they trash enough properties, people start to look at that and say, "Oh well, the last property you handled was trashed by you, so we don't think we want you to handle this particular piece of property." And that can be coming back to haunt creators who mishandle someone else's property. Now, Is that always the case? I guess not always the case. Sometimes the people who own the property, they don't care. They say, oh yeah, do what you want. We don't care. And that's fine, because if they own the property, then they have every right to let someone trash it if they want to. But be aware that when it's trashed, it's highly unlikely someone else is going to want to take that property. And that's really what it comes down to. And again, if you're the owner of a particular piece of property, then you can do whatever you want. You have that freedom to take it and do it with your will, because you own it. So how you treat what you own and how you treat what you rent, are two separate things. So are you a good renter? Are you a good owner? Are you a bad renter and a bad owner? You have to ask yourself that. I would like to think that if you're a creator, you want to show your best side. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case these days. Seems like a lot of creators out there seem to think that they can do with it whatever property they are currently in charge of, and not treat it with respect, with reverence, with who's going to come and take it next. Because eventually, if you're a renter, you're going to leave that property sooner or later, and then the person who's going to come next saying, wow, that last renter really trashed the place. Now I got to fix it up, spend the time to repair it, try to make things, presentable and good again. And it just seems like the last, a caretaker of that property just didn't care. Just did not care. But if you are owner, like I said, you can do whatever you want. And that's the big difference. So, do you want to be the owner? Of course, that would give you the most control over that piece of property. But it takes time, and effort to create something that you can own. And sometimes that piece of property that you own may not be worth that much when you own it. It's up to you to create value in that piece of property that you now own. You have to really take care of it so that it has increased value. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little food for thought. You may disagree with me. That's fine. You're more than welcome to do that. I don't. I appreciate all forms of debate. I always like to see what you think of what I've said. I could be full of, I could be full of what. So, and that's fine. You're allowed to believe what you want. So if you like what you've heard, please like and subscribe. I do have a campaign going on Kickstarter, the Crimson Nun. Check it out. It's a nice pulpy adventure, written by Ron Fortier, drawn by Jesse Thomas. Currently, like I said, on Kickstarter. Check it out if you like a pulpy adventure. So until next time, this has been Dunn signing off.